Yes, people, we back again, United in the Tropics, episode 9, with my main guy, CM, and our special guest, King. What are you saying, people?
Listen, it's another day on this earth, man. We're blessed.
Yeah, blessed by the best.
For real. We're here to go again, see what's going on for United, yeah? Big up the people in the comments still. Big up Nix, Crab Teta, Vibes, Brush. Yo, love people, love, yeah? Where do we begin with this club, yeah, boy? De Gea, 500 game, got a clean sheet on his day as well. I mean, he can't ask nothing more. I mean, the 3 points would have been more valuable, yeah, but it'd be like that sometimes.
You know, all you can say is congratulations to David De Gea, innit? Because I know a lot of people are swerving towards, maybe we shouldn't keep him now, but he's been a good servant to the club. He's been loyal, and he's said it like he's been, one of the only players to really speak what the fans have wanted to hear over the years, and he has been penalized for that. We can't forget he was the captain, and he got penalized for that from the club. And
I was captain for one game,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just gives a deeper understanding to how this club operates and how bad this club is. Can't take their criticism not one bit, and they'll penalize people who are speaking the truth because they just want to maintain a good reputation in terms of the ownership, and that's it. They don't care about anybody else.
That is true.
Facts. So big up to De Gea for getting to that milestone. Not too many Manchester United players have had that honor. So big up to him. And to be fair to him, there's other deficiencies that we got going on before we get to De Gea.
Yo, these men are violating early, This is kind of mad.
Oh my lord!
These men woke up and chose violence,
I don't know what he's talking about, to be honest. Anyway, let's continue. What is he talking about?
Big up, Nix. Big up. But to be fair, I want to just address. So before we really delve into the game on what we had on Sunday, I want to address them. You see these referees, fam. I can't lie, I keep saying it all the time, and these men need to be held accountable for their nonsense, fam. Because let's be honest, bro, these referee decisions are horrible. After what I saw on, was it Saturday with the Hurricane one with Pickford, that was given as a penalty. Based on the letter of the law, it was soft to me. I wouldn't have given it because it was soft. But then we played our game. Varane took out Wilson. Trippier took out Ronaldo. And I'm like, these referees what's going on here? Are they not seeing? What's going on, bro? The referees, bro, it's just rubbish.
They're inconsistent. That's the main thing. It's the inconsistency. What's the law in one game won't be the law in another game.
It feels like, when you're on FIFA and you have the option to edit how lenient a referee is.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll be strict. Sometimes they'll let a lot of things go and they won't give out a lot of yellow cards. One guy, he might do the smallest tackle. Next thing you know, your brother's sent off. That's what it feels like every week. You don't know what you're going to be getting from referees. And once again, it's even worse because you have this technology at your disposal and it just seems like it's making the situation worse. I was watching a show a few days ago, and the person said, listen, you might as well just take away the technology and bring back the controversy, because in the end of the day, it was more entertaining. Yes, decisions will be wrong, but we're still getting wrong decisions now. So what's the difference? We just have technology.
Yep.
So, referees can look at certain things 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times and still make the wrong decision. So what's the point of having the technology if you're not gonna find a conclusion or the right conclusion at that?
You know what? Yeah, I feel what that person's saying there. Yeah, but the thing with me is, yeah, I don't want to blame the technology because the people that are using it. They have everything in front of them to use that could make it simpler. Because we saw for ourselves here, we watched the Women Euros, bro. Quick decisions, right decision. Brother, what is this, fam? It's like they don't want to take the time. If you have to go do a course during the summer and teach these men how to use the VAR stuff properly, do it, fam. Teach them how to do it. If the referees need a refresher program, what's a foul, what's not a foul, but whatever you do, make them know, big man, stay consistent with your shit. If you know you made a bad decision last week, you better make a next bad one today, and say it's a foul and it's not a foul as well, because you can't keep flip-flopping with it, bro, because it's causing too much controversy. It's either today it's a foul, tomorrow, I don't feel this one is a foul. What you doing, bro? Because it could, as I keep saying, it could make someone win the league or make you get relegated, fam. Somebody could get sacked or somebody could end up staying in their job for rubbish, fam.
But this is where you talk about having accountability. I wouldn't be as mad if these guys would come out after the game and say, all right, here's the biggest controversies or the biggest decisions of this game. This is why I made this decision. This is why I didn't make that decision. And explain yourself. Nobody's asking you to go out in front of Sky Sports here and get scrutinized every single week, but at least answer for the crucial decisions that you made in a game. It's like these guys, they get to go back into their bubble. They're protected. Nobody gets to speak to them. Nobody even gets to touch them after the game. Or it's a red card, yellow card, you're suspended. You're in trouble.
The problem is with it too. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys may know better. But the way that the Premier League does VAR, it's their own branding. It's not the way other football organizations like, UEFA had the World Cup and the Women's Euros. They do it completely differently. So because they do it differently and because they have branding in mind, they're afraid of the accountability when they do it wrong because they went against the grain on top of putting their own branding and imagery on it. So when you have all that coming together, this is what causes this. And I'm an advocate for just getting rid of it altogether because it's taking the authenticity out of the game. Like now somebody scores a goal and there's not even like that uproar and celebration. There's that let's not celebrate too hard. Let's look around. Not at Old Trafford though, because we don't got a screen, so we just got to wait for the intercom. And it's like that takes the authenticity out of the game. And me, I like the debate the next day. He wasn't offside. Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. And it's being taken away, and it's not being correct 100% of the time. I'll deal with it if it's 100% correct. I don't want to deal with it if it's inconsistent, and then it takes away the authenticity and the fun out of it.
You know what's mad there? To know that you have the technology to say offside or not offside, and they still can't get that right. But the technology is there. That's why I keep saying, I mean, this might be something like a dumb idea but I'll keep running with it. What if you get 2 strikes, bro? You made 2 dumb decisions. Big man, you're moving from the Premier League, you're going to the Championship. And we keep moving you down that way. So the honest way you will realize, I kind of messing up here, I need to step it up. Start doing, make your, brother, if you know you're not sure about it, that's what VAR for, fam. Tell these man, check it over here. Just, make sure I want to make a bad decision here because you don't know what this could be riding on for someone. This could be someone's job or relegation, as I keep saying. Brother, get your shit together. You're getting paid to do this.
You might have to do a thing like the NBA, give them a 2-way contract, send them down to the G League.
Yeah, man.
Let them learn their trade again.
Yeah, that would work. And the NBA has another thing where like they have a last 2-minute or 3-minute report where they do all of the refereeing decisions in the last 2 minutes. And if it's a close game, that's crucial. It's 100% transparent. It's 100% accountability. They let you know in the last 2 minutes, this is every refereeing decision. We got it right. We got it wrong. We got it wrong because of this. We got it right because of this. Full accountability, full transparency. That's what you need.
I was thinking about, in the NBA, they have the thing where you can challenge decisions. I was thinking about that, but then I was like, that's going to slow the game down too much, because people like Pep and Klopp, they challenging everything, fam. So games to watch City play against Liverpool, this game will go on for the next 5 hours. So I was like, nah, that's going to kill the game. If you mic these mans up, brother, we're gonna be hearing bare cuss word, fam. And I don't think the broadcasting rights and broadcasting channels will like to have that in their thing. So I think that's a problem as well. But we need something for these referees to get their shit together, bro, because it's not right. It's not right.
Great.
They're enjoying the Arab money, yeah. Football power, yeah. I don't know if they're enjoying the Arab money. I don't think they're getting buyed off, you know. I think they're just making dumb decisions. And because they know, yo, ain't nobody gonna hold me accountable for it, so I could keep doing my shit. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nobody holding them accountable. Yes, you know. This is what Martial thing is over has to be a few ways. The Martial thing, yeah. I didn't want to get into this, yeah, but we might have to get into the Martial thing. Yeah. King, you know, anyone of y'all to start, bro? Where y'all want to go with this one?
Hey, with Martial, we understand what the situation is, bro. He'll probably come back the next time he recovers from his injury, have a good game. Everybody's gassed up because realistically, he just looks 10 times better in this system than anybody else does at the striker position, because we just don't have, you know, the depth options with the type of skill set you need in order to fit in Eric Ten Hag's playing style and system. And then he'll get injured. He'll get injured suddenly, whether it be in training or the end of the match, stubs his toe or something like that, and he's out for another 5 games. That's just been the journey of being, whether it be a Martial fan or a Manchester United fan, just watching Martial throughout the years. He's always had promise. There's so many players throughout the years who's had promise, but they just haven't lived up to the billing. And sometimes that doesn't just mean with performances, that means with availability.
Agreed.
That is true.
Agreed.
It is true.
I'm a huge Anthony Martial fan. He's the type of player that I like. You know what I mean? Like, you know, everybody has their own preferences and things of that nature. I like Anthony Martial because of what he can do. He's the type of player that excites you when the ball's on his feet, the close control, the agility, the acceleration, which he talked about he didn't have during his poor spell due to injury. He's just the type of player that I like. So I'm always have that soft spot for him, giving him extra leeway and things of that nature. And then you have to compound the fact that, to CM's point, he's the only striker that we have that actually fits the system. It's not just that he plays well. The players around him in the attacking positions also play well because he links the attack so well. So when you don't have any other options and he's your best option, but he's not available, what do? You're in a conundrum. But me as a Martial fan, hopefully he's just having a hard time getting through these injuries. And once he gets on the other side of them, I'm never going to think he's going to be somebody who isn't going to have a knock here and there. Hopefully this is like the worst part of the storm and we're on the way out of it because of mismanagement due to previous regimes. So hopefully he's getting properly trained and properly fit. And these are the growing pains to come back to some semblance of full fitness.
The thing for me, yeah, when it comes to Martial is, yeah, I like the guy, yeah, but I can't defend you, bro. When you're not on the pitch to prove my defense, fam. I can't defend you. And I know people say he only had this amount of time when he actually showed up and played good. You know why? The other rest of the time he's out injured, fam. So it's hard to put up a defense for him. Don't get me wrong. I see what Martial offers was on the pitch. Everybody could see what he does. The problem is he's not on the pitch often enough. He's, remember Ryan Giggs in his early career? That brother was injured every 5 seconds. And as he got older and he started doing yoga and they found what was the real cause of it, those injury things went away, basically. You know, you could hope that something like that could happen for Martial, but then is that a chance? Exactly. Is that a chance we want to take now to say, all right, we'll keep him and hopefully these injury thing go away? Brother, that chance is too risky.
Who said it? He's been here since 2015. It's 2022 now. If he ain't cleaned up his act in terms of looking after his body by now, he ain't never gonna do it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's a risk to say let's put everything on him and say, yo, if he could only get fit, we could have a decent player there. But that's a big if. That's a big if. Because we it's basically you hanging your hat where your hand can't reach from. So you out here now, you putting your hat somewhere quite up there, and then you can't reach it. So it's like, what are we doing? That's counting your chickens before the eggs hatch, fam. I think that's a mad thing for us to do. As much as I like him, I don't know, fam. I don't think that's the thing. I think we need proper strikers. You know what? You remember when they said we was linked to this to Benjamin Sesko?
Yeah.
What's wrong with buying him and loaning him back out to the club? Even though we know we personally need one. But you know what? We know with the Ronaldo here still this season. When he goes, Sesko comes back in. That's a player.
We don't seem to make those kind of decisions under this current regime.
Rubbish people in charge of the people that in our club in positions of power. Rubbish.
Those kind of deals seem a little too complex, man.
Getting Arab money. Crab, get lost, fam. He would have been horrible for us, fam. That guy, why are you already these dead people, fam? Isak, rubbish. A guy that's playing in La Liga, full of peace, and have a handful of goals, dead. Not care about that guy. Latoro Martinez, Ivan Toney, bring them to me, fam. I'll take any one of them there. Well, I think if he's at a bigger club, he probably might lose the attitude he has where he keeps saying these mad things, yeah? Because you ask him where does he play?
It's either that. It's either that or his ego blow through the roof.
That's another thing, he might be acting like a real madman now.
You know what I mean? So them kind of guys, yeah, they'll force their way out of certain clubs. Next thing you know, once they get the wages, the money goes to their head and all them things, they turn madman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? This is a good point here from Man in the Kitchen here, because we still need to deal with homeboy and his you get me.
The former number 11.
So what if they was thinking that bring him back, he can do the striking thing for us, so we don't really need to dip in the market like that. But now how things took in a serious left turn, they might have to be, this piece will have to spend, because what are we going to do with him? Let's say 90% of United fans don't want that brother back in the team, fam. What are we going to do? Please the 10% and bring him back, or what?
Yeah, I don't want to speak on that brother right now still, because man's straight criminal FC, fam. We don't speak on criminal scum still.
But yeah, I agree with that one. I just don't like to speak on it because there's actual legal proceedings going on. Yeah. I'm not going to be the reason why things go left because somebody clipped me up and then I'm all in Manchester court. So, so for me, it's just I could see the Glazers doing something like that, and to be honest with you, I think it's deplorable on multiple reasons. One, the club should be the club's success should be paramount. That should be the most important thing. If you don't have the strikers available, regardless of the situation, you should go out and get them. But that's not how the Glazers run. So it's deplorable on that aspect, being the owners, and it's also just kind of like makes you feel a little weird. You know what I mean? I don't think he's. Do you guys think he's going to be able to come back to Manchester?
With the latest turn that's obviously happened, I don't see a way back, because what we see a lot of the time, it doesn't matter how this whole case will end in court. Just having those allegations, not even allegations now, it's gone into court property now. So having that over your shoulders, over your head, it can really damage your reputation for the rest of your career. So it's gonna be difficult for him to even find a way back into football, if you think about it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought if he was going to find his way back into football, he would have to go, to somewhere like another part of the world completely first. You know what I mean? And then if he gets lucky, maybe he'll make his way back around. But I didn't see him in Europe in the top 5 leagues or in League 2, or I didn't see him going anywhere in Europe with this hanging over his head. So for United to wait for this to come full circle to determine what they want to do in a position where they desperately need depth, you have 2 options. One is injury prone and the other is 37 years of age, regardless of what you think about what he can do, what he can't do, what he has in the tank still left to give. He can't play 290s back to back, and we're playing Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So go out there and grab a striker. You can't, but that's not how the Glazers operate, and we all know that. So what's the point?
That's the biggest problem that's holding over all of us as Manchester United fans over the club. Really, it's you don't have the confidence in our execution, in our strategies, in our transfer negotiation teams. Everybody in all of these departments, they have the authority but don't know how to use it properly. So for so many years now, we've been getting certain guys in, making transfers, scouting certain players, and not executing at the right time, bringing in the wrong type of players. And we've got to the point where, you have so many different scouts from different regimes, coaches from different regimes, players from different regimes that fit, some don't fit, some don't have the quality to be able to even play at this level, and they're displaying it. Sometimes they will, sometimes they don't. And unfortunately, as fans, we can't, all think the same when it comes to certain things, because there are agendas on the internet. There are certain people who want to carry out certain opinions, whether they're wrong or right. It just causes more confliction rather than togetherness. So it's like, whenever you want to go strong on a movement, whether it be Glazers out and stuff like that, there will always be a certain group of the fan base that will cause pushback and setbacks.
You know what? Yeah, this comment here. So y'all know me, fam. When it comes to that guy, I have all the agendas in the world, fam. But I can't blame him and say he's the sole reason why our attack lost his direction. And you all know I have all the agenda for this guy. I can't stand the brother, but I can't blame him and say he's the reason why shit's not functioning right. I can't blame him, because first to begin, we shouldn't have signed him. So it's not his fault that we signed him. You get what I'm saying? As much as I don't like the brother, it's not his fault we signed him.
Agreed.
Remember,
Agreed. He's not the only player. He's not the only player in the squad with that as well.
That's all I need to say on that part there. It's not this reason.
Remember, going back to the previous regime, we was never really a good team when it came to executing our attacks. Whether it be breaking down teams in the low block, we were never able to do that for the longest time. And also in the counterattacks, even though we'd have some good moments, we were never good at executing, attacking wise. So it hasn't been that case for the longest.
Yeah, we under the previous regime, we had 11 players out there just told to either do your job or make a moment of magic happen. So because of that, you can't break a low block down, and it takes a longer time to implement a system when the next regime enters in. We're being a team. We're transitioning from being a team of 11 players just put out there to do their job or make a moment of magic happen. And now we're actually tasked with possession-based football. It's completely different. It's difficult. I agree with you're saying 100%. We have players mishmashed from 5-6 different coaches, and the last regime it was a daycare. It wasn't a football club. There was no tactics. It was just a daycare. So now we're seeing the growing pains from that.
Yeah.
I agree with that, though. I agree with that. The CR7 problem is it's two things. One, the players play differently when he's on the pitch. When he's on the pitch, the players, especially the players that idolize him, the players that look up to him, I feel like they feel obligated to put him in positions to score, get him the ball here, get him the ball there.
You know what? Yeah, you see what you said there is true, because forget the team when we played Onion Bags the other day, and they were just trying their best to get him a goal. When you look at us, right, we know his presence and his ego and what he demands and requires from other teammates on the pitch. Brother, these man do a mad thing every time they see Ronaldo. It's like they just get tizzy, brother. Just, Ronaldo, need to give him the ball. Sometimes there's a better option, This have nothing to do with coaching, force the ball to Ronaldo. This is about you as an individual and as a team, it's a team sport. Big man, there's a better option. Pass the ball there. You don't have to every single play go and give the ball to Ronaldo because the guy's a goal scorer. Yeah, we know all of this, but that don't mean you're gonna give him the ball every single time because he names Ronaldo. Sometimes there's somebody wide open over there. Don't be afraid that Ronaldo will shout at you. Shout back at him, fam.
Yeah,
it's like it's like playing Ultimate Team, yeah. And you spend a million coins on somebody and you're trying to get your return straight away.
Yeah, it don't work that way at all. I mean, to be fair, Ed, you just have to. I'll get a secret. Ed, don't worry about that. I get a secret. I get a little secret still.
Hey man, stay baby face gang.
Look at this guy trying to defend. Yeah, look at this brother. Trying to defend the thing. I get a secret. Ed, don't worry about it. Yeah, but 25 minutes in already. What y'all saying? Looking forward to Tottenham, bro. I don't like them man. Them man play this terrorist football, bro. It's like Simeone,
That game.
I think Spurs needed a creative player in their team this summer, and they didn't get one. So it's like looking at them, it's like these man that's going to be working hard and being proper bastards,
If you ask me, I think the game has stinky written all over it, man, because we're finally getting coached into keeping the ball, recycling possession. It's not perfect, but we're improving. And Conte is like, yo, y'all have the ball. But when we have the ball, we don't do anything with the ball. And Conte is going to love that. He's going to let us have the ball. And just like how we saw over the weekend, just spells of us in the final third, side to side, left and right, maintaining possession. Conte is going to eat that up. And I just think the game is going to be smelly because, we're not very ruthless up front. So Conte is going to let us have the ball. He's going to have those 7 players back. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible.
You know what? Yeah, I haven't proclaimed myself to be no tactician or no football manager. We ain't got no damn license on here. We just say what we think with our opinions here. So no one go out there and tell these people that we said this is going to work. These men going to be compact and try to catch us on the counter attack based on Kane movements, and they're going to have Son and Kulusevski or whoever running off of them, right? So if we know they already play 3 at the back, they have 2 in midfield and they have the wing backs, these men going to be there. How we play with the inverted wing backs coming in, I can't see that helping us break them down, We just going to be crowding up the midfield some more. So we're going to need our fullbacks to stay wide and cause overloads on the outside. Get these men to run through the half spaces to create space for us, because if we keep trying to stay in the middle of the pitch, our Spurs will eat that up all day. They'll eat that up all day long, fam. Hopefully the game plan changes when we play on tomorrow, yeah. Hopefully the game plan changes, because after we play these, man, we have bloody Graham Potter over there doing up a thing there. The only good thing is them man can't really score much goals like ourselves, so we still have a chance.
The most important thing when it comes to a game, when you're coming against a team like Tottenham, you want, especially when you're in their half and you're controlling the game and you have a lot of possession, you want to be able to move the ball quickly and move off of the ball. What Manchester United struggle with is, for some reason, is having runners off ball. They're not very active. It's almost like they fall asleep once they don't have the ball and then wake up when they receive it. And even at times, they're still sleeping when they receive the ball. To break down a team like Spurs, you're going to have to be switching play quickly, getting them moving side to side, making sure that there are off-ball runners dragging defenders out of position so that there are other people who can fill that void. And then all of a sudden, you're dragging Spurs defenders out of position. You're getting in positions where you can either cross in the ball, create chances, and take those chances. But if you're not doing that, then you're going to find yourself passing side to side a lot, passing backwards, and inviting the press from the opposition team.
See this guy running agendas against me, This guy, fam. Hater. This guy's an EOP. Just remember, people, brush at the end of his name on your contacts, put EOP. Fraudulent guy. Yeah, but I don't know, bro. I think that the Spurs, if I have to choose out of those 2 games, I think the Spurs game will be harder in terms. Now, hear me out. Just because of the way they play, bro, it's annoying to play them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, I think they might, because of the way Potter plays football, they might try to go for it a little more. So that might help us. You get what I'm saying? But Spurs, just the way they play, bro, that's gonna be that's gonna be mad annoying because we're gonna have to be trying to break this man down the entire game.
Agreed.
That's how I see it. I just think this man gonna be proper annoying and just pissing us off the full game, bro. It's not something we're gonna be looking forward to.
You gotta be switched on defensively as well because one counter attack and you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You got Son, Kane, and Kulusevski or anybody they choose to pick. Not to mention their wing backs, depending who plays. That's gonna be an added threat for our defenders to handle. They haven't really been used to that in recent weeks in terms of defending wing backs and then the dangerous attack of Spurs.
Yeah. There's
Yeah, the guy really don't want it, bro. He's like a terrorist, fam.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that's what's scary because we don't do nothing with the ball when we have it, but we're getting to the point where we can keep the ball. So I don't know.
That's why I thinking that's going to be the hardest game. They don't want the ball, and when we have the ball, oh my days.
And what I'm nervous is the game the game against Tottenham is at OT, and you know how OT can get a little restless, and then you know how our players. Their confidence can go right down the drain as soon as they start feeling that heat from OT, the murmurs in the crowd, the subtle boos, their heads drop, and then that falls right into Conte's plan. Keep them with the ball to keep OT frustrated. Don't let any mistakes happen because they're toothless up front as is.
I think to me, midfield wise for us, I think it's going to be. It's probably most likely going to be Casemiro and Eriksen because Casemiro last 2 games he's not really did anything wrong. I mean, he made a mistake in one of the game and let a goal being scored against Everton, but he hasn't really done anything wrong. And let's be honest, ain't nobody trying to see Fred back in a hurry.
Agreed.
The only thing is, hopefully Eriksen could be involved because I was reading something earlier and he wasn't visible in training today. But let me get the proper thing.
That's because of Iron Man. Tony Stark didn't give him the replacement yet, so don't worry. But he's calm.
So
just
he has until tomorrow.
He's getting the
to regain fitness.
Yeah. Casemiro, Eriksen most likely, and then it will be the loose cannon ahead of them.
McTominay's back after a 1-match suspension, so he could be in line to start if Eriksen's not available.
Oh, this poor guy. Ronaldo broke his spirit. This poor guy. It's not looking good.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you though. That Tottenham game is going to be difficult, and especially now that Eriksen and Martial are both a race against the fitness clock. It's going to be tough.
Antonio Gaddafi, yeah. I mean, it's not more or less. It's not like worried about them. It's just the way they play football. It's just annoying, bro. Yeah. And let's be honest, these man, they ain't playing well. They're just getting results, bro. Because they're not playing well.
I mean, it's effective. If you're winning games, if you're getting results, then it's good. How long can it last? You never know. But if it works, it works. Right now, they're 3rd in the league, 23 points, and they're getting results that they need to be getting.
See that watcher thing there, Crab? Yeah. I have to leave that one alone there, Maguire, yeah?
Nah.
Go on, Sam. What you're saying? Go on.
Nah, I was basically saying nah, no problem. I was just basically saying what I was saying in terms of, the game. If you're getting results, it doesn't really matter how you're playing. If you're getting results, you're getting results in the end of the day. And that's what's happening for Spurs. I know a lot of people have doubts about the way they play and how long it will last. It's kind of like Arsenal. Everybody's saying, just wait until New Year's. But if it happens, we got to worry about ourselves right now in the end of the day. And for Manchester United, the biggest message I'll say to everybody in the chat is, just don't let yourselves get carried away week in, week out. Whether we win, whether we draw, whether we lose, to be honest, this season, if you go all the way back to the start, what were your expectations? For me, my expectations wasn't a lot. You know what I mean? Look at King, it wasn't a lot. I wasn't expecting no Champions League football. I wasn't expecting no trophies. All I wanted to see was a reset, a cultural reset, changes from top to bottom, and changes within the team, developments within our playing style and stuff like that. And we're slowly seeing that here and there. And there will be games where we go back on our old habits. We look absolutely terrible. I think we saw that against Ammonia. We've seen that in Europe, to be honest. Our performances in Europe have been really poor.
It's way different from in the Prem.
Yeah, and we've seen that in a couple games in the Premier League, especially that Newcastle. Even though there were some positive moments, there were still bad habits sinking into some of those Premier League games. So
yes,
we looked.
Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead, man.
No, go ahead, bro.
I was just going to agree with you. I was just going to say that we looked more like a Ranić / Ollie team for spells. It's weird with these players. I agree with you 1000%. It's mental with these players. They're being coached totally different, but they revert back. It like during spells throughout the match where they look like a Ranić coach team, or they look like an Ollie coach team. But to your point, we've we have seen the improvements. Like just to your point, my expectation was a battle with Arsenal for 5th and 6th. I think that's out the water now, but from the Arsenal perspective of things, but from our perspective, I still think that's where we're fighting for that area of things, depending on what the table does and how other teams progress and regress. But what I'm happy to see is the defense looks completely different. Look at the back line last year compared to the back line this year. And look at the ability to keep clean sheets. You see the progression. You see the progression in certain ways, but it's growing pains at the same time. It's just like when you're growing in real life. You're going to grow. There's going to be some hiccups. There's going to be some stagnations. The back line looks completely different. Now we have an ability to potentially keep a clean sheet. That's completely different than how it has been in the last 2 or 3 years. I just wanted to put that on there.
That's good.
Yep, agree with everything you're saying.
Thoughts on Bruno, yeah? You know what? I keep hearing that I have an agenda against him. Let me be nice to him today. Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I don't like that brother. That brother.
Well, is it personal?
Footballing wise. I don't like that brother footballing wise. I think if we say, yo, Bruno, play the number 8 position for me, I think we get a better Bruno. But when he came into the team, he came in and he was scoring and assisting, and everybody just like, yo, he's the best thing. Yeah, but now that the numbers ain't really numbers in him, how is he looking? You see, because he don't have the discipline. He don't have discipline to play. Let's say in a structure where he does do your role and be disciplined. This brother runs off like the main striker at most times, and then we have to run back because at that point in time, the midfield two are vulnerable to everything because they're wide open. It's just these two against everything for the opponents running straight through our midfield because you're all the way up there as a striker, bro. If he's more disciplined, he knows sometimes that part's really annoying, and if I do that, I'm forcing it, and then if I force it and I lose the ball here, I'm putting the other two behind me under pressure because they have to now scamper to get themselves back, and I'm up here chilling because I think I'm a striker. I don't understand how is this guy supposed to be a number 10, someone that dictates the game, someone that play makes and creates for us, and he's so horrible at it. Yo, but every time I say stuff like that, I have an agenda, so I'll just leave it like that.
You gotta speak realistically. I think right now, what Bruno Fernandes is giving us, he has had moments where he's improved and he's been a lot calmer on the ball and made better decisions. But unfortunately, I think what we're seeing from him at this moment of time, and look, it's not a closed chapter just yet because we're far from the end of the season. But what we've seen from him in his bad moments, in bad form, in bad games, is that Bruno Fernandes makes rash decisions. It's almost like he's on a race against time when he doesn't even need to be. We need somebody in that position who's going to be calm, who's going to have the ability, the technical ability, most importantly, to pick out difficult passes and play through the lines. And of course, Bruno Fernandes can do that. There was a ball that he played to Marcus Rashford, that one where Fred missed in the box. He missed the whole target when he should have scored the goal. Bruno did that. He played the through ball and was able to play in Rashford, who went round the keeper and played it into Fred in the box. But at the same time, a lot of people dislike his ability, his style of play, because he'll want to play those Hollywood passes, even though he's kind of slowed down on that. But even then, his ability to retain possession, his positional sense in the game off ball is chaotic at times to be nice. So look, when you have Manchester United players, you want them to succeed and you want them to play well, because when they're playing well and you're winning games, you're happy as a fan. But unfortunately, the scrutiny is always going to be high when we've been inconsistent. We haven't won a trophy for how many years now? We've lost finals, we've lost semi-finals, and that is that in the end of the day. So the scrutiny is always going to be high, and Bruno Fernandes right now is representing Man United as a captain. So it's gonna be even higher, the spotlight on him, if it wasn't already.
I agree. Bruno is I agree with Realis's point, where Bruno, I think, is best used as a number 8, because one thing that he does have that you can't argue whether you like him or not is the engine. And I would put that engine in the center of the park and give him very, very, very detailed instructions on what to do. When I watch Bruno, it's just, he's not the kind of player that I like, especially for the number 10 position, because I don't think he has the tempo, the ability to speed up the game or slow down the game when the game calls for it. So, yeah, that's crazy. Nah. I'm not having that. I read that. I saw that one. I saw it. I ain't going to say nothing on that one. Y'all got that one. Nah, I got cooked. It's cool. It happens, man. It happens, man.
Hey, man, put respect on King's name.
The game is the game. But yeah, so long story short, if I'm going to put Bruno in the team, I'd rather put him in the 8, because I know he has the lungs for it, but I don't think that he has the ability to affect tempo. Like when I watch Manchester City, Grealish isn't scoring goals or Grealish isn't getting assists. But when I am starting to see him improve on is that he does actually ebb and flow the tempo of the game when need be. You would want Bruno to do something like that, but I don't think that he does because of his style of play. He plays basketball on the pitch. It's too quick. So I just don't see it happening. So I put him in the 8.
What's some of y'all in the comments takes on Bruno? Because me personally, everybody know where I stand on him, but they made him captain. I can't do nothing for it. I'm just a fan that has an opinion on him, but everyone else is a fan just like myself. We have different opinions. We see the game differently, and everyone likes certain things in the game differently. I just personally, I think when you play that certain position on the pitch, I expect certain things from you. I'm not saying that you're going to give me 10 or you're going to give me that performance every single game, but I expect the certain fundamentals of the game, you should be doing that. You get me?
I agree.
This is a good question to kind of get away from the individuals as someone. How would you evaluate at this point of the season, the development of how we play as a collective, how we play as a team?
Go ahead.
I think it's improving. I look at, like I said, I look at all 3 phases of the game. The first thing that I saw improvement on is the defense. Our back line has different personnel in it, and especially after we lost our first 2 games, we had that change in personnel in the back line. Our back line looks different, and since it started looking different with different personnel, it started playing different, having a different personality. I see more of a camaraderie. I see more passion. I see more flair. I see more bite. I see high fives. I see better communication. And when you combine all those things, I think we have a higher chance of keeping a clean sheet against better opposition than we did in years past. Secondly, where I see progression in the team is this is more recent. I see the ability to keep the ball a little bit more, and I see the tactics that Eric Ten Hag is starting to implement, especially with those inverted fullbacks. So I'm seeing us be able to recycle the ball a little bit more, keep the ball a little bit more, and just play a little bit more of a possession-based game. And players know where they're supposed to be in situations more often than last year. And I think that's all due to the coaching, the possession-based gameplay, and I think Casemiro coming up to speed has a lot to do with it. Casemiro coming up to speed, being able to do the double pivot thing with whoever's he's with, barring Fred for the most part, because I haven't seen a good outing from Fred in a while.
Yeah.
But his ability to actually be a CDM and actually play that role. So those are the two main things where I see progression. I see progression in the defense, being able to keep a clean sheet and different personality with different personnel. And then I'm starting to see, the inverted wingers, the ability to keep possession, recycle the ball side to side.
To me personally, yeah, you see progression in the team. You see tactically, they're doing stuff that, well, to be fair, they're doing stuff that they used to do too, but they're doing stuff that you could see it's part of what Ten Hag wants. As King said with the inverted wingbacks, and that you're seeing when we attacking, we're doing certain things different. Obviously, it's not a fully oiled machine yet. It's not going as smooth as we would want it to be, but hopefully it gets there. Some of the personnel in the team doing it, we can't pick the team. Man have to work with the tools we have.
Agreed.
And some of them, obviously, when you look at them, it's like, you're forcing this, or you really ain't doing this role properly, But at the same time, when you get a result as a fan, you're happy. But obviously, you want to see a team play good football.
Mm-hmm.
I was asked this question Saturday on the show with King. Big up King football show, yeah. King and him and what's the guy name? Nippon. And Nippon asked if we would prefer to have your team play shit football for the whole season and win a trophy, or see good football and compete. And I personally said everybody wants to win something, Nippon. That's the aim of elite sports. You want to win something. I say, but you need to think about it this way as well. Fans that spend all week working and saving money, because not everyone can afford to go to games. Some people that spend all week working, saving up money to buy a ticket to go show their son, this when their son growing up, this is football, this is that. They don't want to go there and watch their team just sit back the entire game and then get one chance, score a goal, and say, that was a great football game. They don't want to see that. You want to be entertained. Football is something that used to entertain us. When we watched in 2006 and down, we watched the Barcelona team with Ronaldinho. Everybody was off their seats, bro, because you're going to see something mad happening. When you watch these things, you want entertainment, but at the same time, you want to win. But I don't think nobody just wants your team to just play shit football every week in, week out, 38 games a season, and that's just in the league. That's just in the leagues. What if you do other competitions? You just seeing shit all week. I don't think no one wants that.
It's at what cost? That's the question. At what cost? Because we've seen teams play some dire football and they'll win a trophy here and there, and then their downfall will come pretty quickly after that. A lot of the times when teams don't play good football, it's because they don't have a true system to stay behind. It's week in, week out. It's just one thing, and there's not a lot of adaptation that comes behind that. And that will hurt you for the long term. When you're trying to build long-term success in the end of the day, you want a set system where you can adapt depending on the opponent you're going against, whether it be a high-pressing team, a team that's going to sit back, or any other style of football. You want to be able to be adaptable week in, week out. And if you don't have that kind of system, then you are going to be playing poor football for the most part, with certain moments looking spectacular, which is kind of sounds familiar to what we've been playing over the last few years. In the end of the day, we play some poor football and then end up whether winning games off of moments of brilliance that would kind of put a ray of positivity on that whole game for a split second before you go back and analyze the full thing and say this wasn't that good of a performance.
Excuse me. I agree with you. I think one part of it that has to come into play too is the expectation of the club and where they are in relevance to that expectation. Manchester United shouldn't go 10 years without winning anything. It's crazy. If you ask me, I've seen a lot of good football in my life from Manchester United, and right now I would take a trophy. But I do remember exactly what I felt like when we had Jose as our coach, and I signed up for that then. It's been almost 5 years without a trophy. He guarantees you a league title in 2 years. Whatever, I'll deal with it. It crashed and it burned, and now I'm a little bit more reluctant to go down that path. I got a daughter who's becoming of age to understand football and everything like that, and it's rough. It was rough watching football, getting up early to watch some of the stuff that we was putting out there. It was dire. So I'm stuck between both schools of thought. I definitely need good football, but a club like Manchester United shouldn't go 10 years without a trophy. So it's I could see myself, I guess, selling your figurative soul, so to speak. You know what I mean? Selling your figurative football soul, so to speak, to go play putrid football for a trophy.
That's kind of mad, bro. But I get you, yeah. It's hard to watch that shit every week.
No, yeah, because then when you're actually in it,
you know what? If you're trying to bring someone to football, like let's say you're trying to convince new fans to football, and they cut the TV on and they watch Man City, and then you take them to a game and they watch us just sitting there all day, just waiting, and just get one chance score a goal and just like, yeah, we won. Brother, they ain't want to see that ever in life again, bro. Because they'll be like, we waste 90 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. I was trying to get a friend of mine into the sport, and what did they say? They said something to the extent of if I wanted to sit around and watch men run around for 90 minutes and not score, I just go to the bar. And I was like,
that's a violation, you know.
And I was just like, yikes. And it's just like, for people who don't understand the beauty of the game, you can't see the triangles already from early. It's rough to get somebody into it if it's putrid football. And it's just like, yeah, that joke comes to mind. If I want to watch men run around for 90 minutes and not score, I just go to the pub. And you're like, whoa. And it's like, yeah. So I think you actually did change my mind. I think I do value football over the trophies. But for Manchester United, the football should come with the trophies because we're one of the biggest clubs in the world. Right. So we should have some of the best players playing some of the best football. And if that is the case, we should be competing for major top trophies, major honors year in and year out. I think that's the conundrum of the thing. If we are where we're supposed to be, we should be playing beautiful football, and it's in the DNA of winning. Sir Alex Ferguson's DNA was winning. You know what I mean? Manchester United's DNA has been winning, but playing well. The only thing I can really say is, my whole life we've had wingers up until recently. That's the DNA of the club, winning. And I remember just wingers all throughout growing up. You know, we had wingers, we put crosses in the box. That's what I remember.
Yo, shout out to the people in the stream today. You know, 18 people. We never had that much. Yeah, yo, big up though. We're reaching places. Love for the support here, people. We have some questions here. Let's save them to ask them back. Want to know about any right back? Me, Malagusto. He plays for Lyon. I've been watching this, brother. If we could get him in, I mean, even if we could have brought him in this season and loaned him back to them, that'd have been the guy there going forward because he's young, decent. That's for me, though. I don't know if King and CM have seen anyone out there that they would consider to be a proper backup or replacement. But for me, that's the guy.
Yeah. I don't have anybody off the top of my head that I can think of, to be honest with you.
On this one here, I'll drop that one for CM. What are you saying?
Yeah, so obviously today, Man United got penalized for breaching the rule 20.1, the FA rule. So here's the statement from the FA. First and foremost, let me just go over the headline. So Manchester United have been charged by the FA for allegedly failing to control their players during the second half of Sunday's Premier League clash with Newcastle United. And the statement from the FA says Manchester United have been charged with a breach of FA Rule 20.1 following its Premier League game against Newcastle. It's alleged that Manchester United failed to ensure its players conducted themselves in an orderly fashion during the 49th minute of this match, and the club has until Thursday to respond. So I believe this is the situation when Newcastle had the free kick and Ronaldo kind of tried to be the ultimate opportunist and snatched the ball away from Nick Pope and put it in the back of the net. And after that moment, when the referee blew the whistle to kind of signal that I'm not letting that run, all of the players ran to the referee and surrounded him and were kind of putting up a little bit of a ruckus where I believe Ronaldo got booked for his kind of theatrics in that moment of time. So yeah, that's probably the latest news coming out of Manchester United today in terms of any types of drama and stuff like that.
I guess, Kendo, I guess that answers your question with what we thought on the goal right there. That answers that right there, because right there, sometimes these men need to calm down, fam. You don't necessarily, even though the referee, you in the crowd, most of us been to a football game before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before the referee blows the whistle something just to get order, and then he'll blow until you're going to kick the free kick. If you hear that first blow of the whistle and you think, yo, that's it. Come on, this guy's playing football long enough. He knows better.
Yeah,
he knows better. The referee was sus. Don't get me wrong, but he knows better, fam.
Yeah, he was being.
He knows.
He was being facetious with that one. He was really trying it. Yeah, he was really trying it.
I won't brush you saying here. This is true. We didn't always play good football. We played bigger teams or opposition, but when we was flowing, brush, we was flowing. When we was flowing. I give you that. But balance is what we need. Because as I was saying, you don't just want to, all right, I'll win something, but every single game you play is just dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's not that. Obviously, some people are going to say, "Oh, we're winning," but then you ain't attracting much new people to the club to grow the club, because it's like, this is so boring. There's already people think football is boring because there's a bunch of men chasing behind a ball. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to attract more people and get them to come to the sport or to support, we need to. You get me what I'm saying? Big up Hanif. I see Hanif in the chat there.
Brush is right though. I remember us setting up shop for away European nights, like from minute one under Fergie.
No more. These man need to piss off with their dividends, every damn year, man. Just leave the money for, at least leave it for once, bro. Just leave the money in there, bro.
They're not gonna do it. They will never do that.
Yeah, as you know what, usually show runs an hour. Last week, sorry about last week though, by the way, people, I need to bring that up. Just powers that be, man. They tried to slow the thing down still, but we move on. We ain't letting that stop us, yeah? The gym brother, we close up on this gym one here. You see the gym brother here? He's pissing me off. Big man, get the war with these men and let these men know, sell the club, fam. I ain't having this. Sell the club, fam.
You know what kind of stance? I'm not even mad at it, because when you think about it, okay. Remember, if he's gonna to do a bid and try and buy Manchester United, he's gonna do it through his company, right? I believe it's called Ineos. He's a businessman first before he's a football supporter. I think a lot of people have put an emphasis on, Sir Jim Radcliffe is a Manchester United supporter. He's been watching United as a kid or whatever. He's supporting them. He was there in '99. He even said it in his latest interview that he did. But in the end of the day, he will always see this as business acquisitions, and he's a businessman. So he's not going to go out there and say, listen, I'm here for the hostile bid against these Glazers, against these, toxins of Manchester United. Because when you're a businessman, you want to keep all of your options open, because you'll never know what will be going on down the line in the end of the day. Whether you're in hard times or whether you're just whether you just get an opportunity where, hey, I get to do business with these people and it could be very lucrative for myself. So you never want to kind of close doors and stuff like that as a businessman. I feel like that's how these guys operate 24/7. So he's never going to be that guy who's going to be like, I want Manchester United, because in the business world, that's a disrespect to the people who own it.
Yeah.
Whether we respect the Glazers or not, it doesn't matter. It's where it's the perception of what they think of him and what he thinks of them.
Yeah. It's the propensity to burn that bridge. And the Glazers have more. They have their hands in just more than Manchester United's pocket. They have malls all over America. They have an NFL franchise. You don't want to cut off your nose to spite your face. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Is basically what it comes down to. And then you got to factor in the fact that if I own something and I say it's not up for sale, and you keep knocking on the door, banging on the door, knocking on the door, saying, yeah, it's for sale. No, it's not. If I put it's not for sale, I own it. It's just not for sale. All you're going to do is piss somebody off. And then that leads back to that bridge burning that we're talking about. If, like I said, if I value my PlayStation at $5 million, no one's going to buy it from me because you can just go grab one for $500 as soon as it become available. So why burn the bridge, not get the asset, and then have less potential business ventures down the line because of the frustration that you've caused? It's going to be very difficult, but I don't know. I have no idea.
Anyway, people, we're bringing it to end. You see this 9 billion, they're taking the proper piss, you know. 9
That's what
billion.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's
It's not
Mazzoline, bro.
that's crazy. It's crazy, but that's what they evaluate it as because they own it. But it's just like, is that before you factor in everything else, like the work that needs to be done at Old Trafford and the hundreds of millions of pounds needed for the squad? Like, is that just the cost to own it?
Probably they just probably won the piece, fam. They probably just won that 9 billion, and you still have to sort out doing all that. Be sure to hit the like button, people. We'll appreciate that still. Erickson returned to the team training. Man United. All right, cool. All right, then Martial, we still Martial is a doubt still, kind of. When Bills is suicide. Somebody said we banned him. I don't know about that one there. So it's not available. All right, yo, King, what do you have for us with the coach, big man?
Got one. This one is from Muhammad Ali, and I think it's appropriate after the disappointing dross, I call it, against Newcastle. If you ask me, that dropping those 2 points is more impactful than the 1 point that we picked up, so I call it a dross. With a tough week ahead, Muhammad Ali said, "Only a man who knows what it is like to be defeated can reach down to the bottom of his soul and come up with the extra ounce of power it takes to win when the match is even." I think that's going to be very impactful with the opposition that we have coming up this week. Speaking on Tottenham, that back five, I think it's going to be an even match because on one side of the pitch, they want you to have the ball. And on the other side of the pitch, we don't mind having the ball, but we're a little toothless up front. So we know what defeat tastes like. So let's go out there, go dig deep, grab that extra ounce that it takes to win when the match is even. I think it's going to be an even, heartfelt match. But because we know defeat more than they do this season, let's dig deep and let's get the 3 points.
Amen.
I'm with that, fam. We need those 3 points, fam. We need those 3 points. We need those, brother. Like need.
A desperate need of them 3 points. Points are at a premium. We need those 3 points.
I'm gonna have to go back to this and check something out because man said you got hide. I'll go back and check that. But yo, see him.
Hey, read this. I hold on a second, boss man. I got one message. I don't know if he's in here.
All right, come.
I got a message for the man in the kitchen. I gotta call my boy real quick.
Man said great words from Burna Boy, you know. These man here. Oh, what the hell? Who this guy?
Listen,
who's this guy, fam? Who's this brother?
I'm calling the man Chikushina now. I'm asking him to come outside and chase the chaos. That's all I want to say, people. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe to Readers United.
Yo, chase man in the kitchen, fam. This guy wants a 1v1, fam. I don't know, fam. This is looking a bit violent here. I don't know. You might have to settle this, big man. I don't know what's going on. King, tell these people where to find you, fam.
Big up everybody. First and foremost, big up Realist and big up CM for having me on here once again. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing. These are some great dudes that that put out even better content. So make sure you follow CM as well. Up the jerk pan every time. You guys can find me nomadically, like I say every time I'm here on streams such as this and in other chats and other streams as well. I'm around, man. Y'all flamed me a little bit today, but it's cool. It's cool. Got
Love
Burner
him.
Boy. Nah, that was Pete.
I don't know what to do with Freddy Cougar.
No. This is CTC.
I don't know CTC. Is this some WWE person wagwan here?
Yeah. This is a real deal. CTC. Standing for Chase the Chaos. Put some respect on the name.
This CTC person here is calling out Man in the Kitchen. I don't know what's going on, fam, but it's a bit violent, fam. I don't know, bro.
Hey, listen, no violence, all peace. I just want to have a word.
He just wants a word, fam. He just wants a word, fam. I don't know. You might have to meet up with this guy in the parking lot or something. I don't know what's going on. Is CM around to tell? Do you know where people can find CM? Because I don't know.
Hold on.
All right. Yeah. People, I don't know who this brother just showed up and just chose violence. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what you guys were talking about. What just happened?
Some CTC brother, some chaos guy. I don't know who that brother is. Some WWE something.
I don't know what that's on about. I watched WWE early this morning, and I never saw no CTC. But big up everybody, innit? You know where you can find me. CM22 ENT over on Twitch, YouTube, all socials. You know what they do.
I mean, someone said we could find you on the Chelsea yearbook, fam. I don't know, brother. This is a bit mad.
Listen, yeah, the allegations are there to be seen. I can take out all of the equipment now, you know what I mean? But
man said you're on the Chelsea yearbook, fam. What type of United fan are you, big man? Why really you
listen, big man. I was a top pivot man, yeah, in futsal. Put some respect on my name.
Yeah, but the man said you're on the Chelsea yearbook. What's going on?
I ain't in no yearbook. But if you go online, you can see the records of my goal scoring acumen.
Rey Mysterio versus Jason.
Nah.
CTC EOB agendas. We got it.
Come on down. We got it all like Walmart.
Coming to a screen next to you or a stream near you. Yo, just know, fam, the Man in the Kitchen versus CTC. I don't know who's gonna win, but yo, let's make sure I get the winnings, fam.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you know what? Me and Ken Dutton's friend, you know, this brother have an agenda against United and the stadium, you know. From time here, this guy been in war, you know. But yo, people, love for the love today. Big up every one of y'all. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Hope y'all doing well. Yo, love people. We out. Peace.